Alright guys, we're back in. It's game number 2 of the High School Sully 2017 playoffs matchup between Walnut High School versus Kamiak High School. Kamiak up 1-0. Crusader Kid here with Magical Voice bringing you the action for this best of 3 brought to you by Twitch. We're on into the Rift after that first game win by Kamiak with a very commanding lead when things got rolling for them.
And it's funny looking at the team comp. It almost feels like Kamiak have the exact same draft. Sure, they don't have the Vladimir. Sure, they don't have the Kled, but they have a great control mage with the Orianna, and they still have a great, hard, aggressive top laner with that Jarvan. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that because now Sebni no longer on that split push sort of top laner. He's on the Galio. Going to be much.
You might say it's like a bit of a scary team comp coming out from these guys. Here you have an Orianna and the Jarvan to combine with all the amount of CC that Sejuani and Nami were already bringing in that last game.
Yeah, and so it is really scary. And you got to imagine once team fights get rolling that it does give a lot of pressure over to Kamiak. But Walnut, they have just as equally a scary sort of team fight comp as well. They have Fastro on the Lee Sin. If he's able to dive in, get some good picks onto Chet Jesus, along with Subney able to jump right onto him, that is a great engage tool that really will stop a lot of that damage. But it just depends who's going to be the one to pull the trigger. Is it going to be Walnut or is it going to be Kamiak?
And we'll see what happens here. And none of that early game jungle shenanigans coming out from either of these top laners this time. And that's because the two junglers are starting on the other side of the map, so we'll be seeing that out here. But things are going to be getting underway here for game number 2. Kamiak High School looking to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals as we are into the round of 16 here. So already getting over to the end of our playoff bracket for this season. It's been a fun one. We're seeing some teams come back here like Temple City, Thomas S. Wooden. Those are our top 2 from 2015, and they're in this bracket and looking very strong. We'll see how they fare while going on into it. But Walnut versus Kamiak is what we have right now. Bit slow to start out this game. Last game we saw a pretty long laning phase from these two teams. A lot of roaming coming in, but overall just laning phase stayed up for quite some time. We'll see if it happens again.
And I'd honestly would expect it to stay up for not quite as long, but for a long time.
Yeah, we'll see if that does go down. Top lane, though. Gank's going to get started up here. God of Man in trouble as Fastro comes in. EQ Kama already used the flash coming out from both of these guys. And God of Man flashes a good time there to dodge out of that Sonic Wave.
Oh, but look mid. Look at that damage that God of Man was able to do on Defantrio. Just really trying to bully around the Ahri. Even getting a sizable CS differential just to start the game.
Yeah, Fantaro here playing the Ahri into the Orianna, but going back up the top lane, Fastro wants to go for an invade. They've already forced quite a few summoners out of God of Man here, but God of Man wants to respond. Nice word hop away. EQ combo gonna land for that Flag and Dragon. They're gonna actually send them over the wall with the Blast Cone here, but Subney's here and actually just left out to dry as God of Man who's taken out.
That was a very unfortunate turn of events for Kamiak. They almost seemed like they were going to be able to change it around. They were going to try to get that win. They had just had God of Man come back. He didn't teleport into the lane. He just backed off, got himself that second Doran's ring. And the only reason I think it really failed had to have been that Blast Cone. It sent Astro, but left God of Women with Subney. Subney was just going to be... All he had to do was flash over, get to his jungler, and really have it an easy pickup onto that Jarvan.
Oh man, Fastro still looking to pressure out this blue buff God of Women. Looks like we'll be able to secure, but Fastro's sticking around for a little bit, looking to just possibly steal that one away, but it's gonna be gone now.
Yeah. Well, Fastro, he did go for it as quick of a clear as possible. He just went the 2-buff start, didn't even get anything else. I think he did get No, he didn't even get chickens. He opted to skip those, and that's why he was able to put that great pressure onto God of Women. He wanted to try to see if he could get pressure. Ooh,
what
great
a hook there into the traps as well, but a nice bubble going to be coming out from Fume there. Exhaust getting thrown down to YOLO Q. Heal forced out only by YOLO Q, so that's going to be gone for Walnut High School, and then straight in the bottom lane. Things are getting a bit heated here.
That almost seems indicative of what we saw in Game 1, where it was just constant chaos all across the map. They want to try to get that early lead. They want to try to say that we have the domination. The only problem for Walnut is that it kind of doesn't benefit them if they don't get these kills. Even if it's just even matchups, if they don't get these kills, they will lose out. They have to go back, come back into the lane, and then try that again. It just keeps adding over to Kamiak, who are going to be able to go for that similar sort of playstyle they did last game, the team fights and then the siege. If we don't see that coming out from Walnut, if they can't get these kills consistently, going to be a lot of pressure. Subney already ahead. That's a great start for them.
Yep, for sure. We saw once again Fastro. He was looking to invade once again on that jungle, and he's just really trying to apply pressure. And what it does, it also, you know, pulls down your solo laners. They're going to be looking to try to respond if they need to help out the jungler, so distracts them a bit here. And it's keeping Kamiak on their toes here in game number 2, where Walnut have a very slight lead going into this.
Yeah, just slight. Yeah. We have to keep our eyes because it's only, I think, less than 100. Nothing that actually matters. What's going to really matter is if Walnut are able to start pressuring these objectives. I will definitely like to see them try to go for that Rift Herald. Going to help them a lot more into that siege comp that Walnut has built up. It's going to allow them to just take down these towers that they really need to, because, like I said, the siege comp is a lot stronger for Kamiak.
Interesting to watch this bottom lane here. Both of these teams really looking to trade things out. And we are seeing the CS advantage coming out, and there's another hook there. Fium gonna step on those traps for a short amount of time here, and just trading out a lot of damage between these two duo laners.
Yeah, and it kind of goes in favor of Chet Jesus there purely for the fact that he did go for that Doran's Blade, which just gives him a little bit more damage. But YoloQ is going to be a lot safer in the long run. He does want to buy some items, just having back to now, getting that BF sword. He'll have that slight earlier spike than we do usually see from...
Oh, man, trying to trade out in this top lane. Subney actually wins it out. God of Man, not able to win that duel.
That is 2 versus 3. I'm pretty sure 3 is the largest number there. Because Subney, he had 3 Doran's rings compared to the 2 Doran's blades of God of Man.
Oh, yeah.
So that really does give that advantage over to that Galio, the early pressure that he's able to get with that AP. And Fastro, once again.
Oh, Fastro steals it with the Q. Not even with the smite. The Sonic Wave.
Yeah, I think it was God of Women went a little too earlier than she should have. And so smiting it and allowed for that Sonic Wave to just secure that away, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, wow, Fastro really looking to apply pressure now in the middle lane, chasing after God of Men, flashing forward, can't land that Sonic Wave. God of Men flashed out.
Getting the flash out of the Orianna is massive. That is something that's really going to help them out, because that's a very immobile sort of mid laner, and when you have someone like Fantra on that Ahri, and be able to just either flash charm, maybe once the ultimate comes up for Fantra, just use that Spirit Rush again, just go for some sort of fight, and have Fastro come back into the mid lane, really looking for that pressure.
Yep, so top lane has been where the action's at. Surprisingly, Subney with that 2-0 start ahead of God of Man has the armor items building up here. As close to really in that bottom lane, Chet Jesus now pushing forward, gonna get exhausted here, exhaust onto YoloQ. Tidal Wave comes across, knocks up both of them. Meanwhile, top lane, we did see a kill going down, but let's keep it in bottom lane as Chet Jesus just picked up a kill. Now onto YoloQG, the heals coming in. Chet Jesus, the flash coming in, and that's the ace in the hole. It'll land, double kill, Chet Jesus.
And this is where things could possibly fall apart for Walnut. Wait, hold on.
God of Man, Shockwave middle lane, Glacial Prison. God of Man picks it off.
And that's what I was going to say. This could be the undoing for Walnut. They have the winning lane in the top lane for Subney. Again, that happened last game where he was winning his lane. He was doing it very definitively. But what happens is that Kamiak, they don't really care about that. They're going to use God of Man more as an engage tool. He's going to go really hard, really fast towards the backline, and allow the siege coming in from Chet Jesus, from Fium, and from God of Men to really be what decides the winning sort of fights.
Yep, 2 duels coming in here. God of Man Getting low here onto Subney, and gonna be able to get that. The Q and the flash away to pick up that kill, a fadeaway from God of Man.
I think that was just a little bit greedy by Subney. Now, God of Man might be in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, fast stroke, gonna be able to land that Q, but recognizes the Sejuani, goes to the suicide. Smart move by him. Not much he could have done there.
Yeah, I honestly would have preferred to give the kill to the Sejuani, if I am honest, because giving it over to the Jarvan, getting any gold into something that wants to dive that hard onto the backline and does so much damage as well, giving it over to a tank is actually a little bit better than just giving it over to that diver.
That's true. That is very true here, because God of Man has picked up 2 kills now just from that top lane trade there, as you said, Subney looking maybe a little bit greedy as that duel goes the way of God of Man.
Yeah, and I feel like that this is just what I was talking about earlier. It almost feels like the undoing of Walnut. They had a great lead last game, and we saw what happened with that just wombo combo team fight that came in from Kamiak. They were able to do that, then use the siege potential from Chet Jesus to really start winning. But now they're behind in a lead. Sure, it's not much, but we're 12 minutes in, and having any sort of lead is still massive at this point, and could give a lot of that leeway over to Kamiak.
Yeah, we'll see how these teams decide to play. And once again, extended laning phase coming in for both of these teams. There's a few low turrets on the map here, but haven't seen much in terms of roaming from either of these two teams. It's been the junglers kind of driving the game here, and God of Women is here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, but spotted out on a ward, so YOLOQ, Funky, Punky, they already know that he's there. Just not wanting to go too far. Maybe trying to bait in God of Women, staying into that bot lane as long as possible.
Because top lane Subney is going to be getting some help from Fastro. Fastro in the tri-brush right now. He's deep.
He was just trying to go for that long wraparound, but God of Women going really hard into the bot lane, not able to find anyone.
Lands the Q, but isn't fast enough to catch up to that flag and drag there from God of Man. They'll opt to take down this turret. Who will get the first turret?
Ooh,
it's Walnut.
Oh, but look at bot lane.
Yep, there's the stuns and the tidal wave. So much CC. The bubble as well. And that is 2 easy kills if I've ever seen them. God of Women securing them both. Flash and the charm under the turret. God of Men, the shockwave coming in. The barrier coming out as well. And the autos God of Man takes him down.
What an outplay coming in from that Orianna. That should have gone over for an Ari almost every single day, but the barrier into just being able to dodge away from that last orb of deception, not taking that little bit of poke, and getting that last empowered auto from the clockwork windup, just pivotal for Kamiak in order to just continue to cement the fact that they are in the lead here.
Barrier coming in, saving his life there. However, Walnut High School, they're going to be looking to, Kamiak High School, possibly looking quickly to move over to this dragon or just securing vision around it. But yep, 8-4 the scoreline now, and the gold lead is mounting for Kamiak here as they have 2 turrets up as well as 3,000 gold in the lead, just shy of 3,000 gold in the lead here, only 14 minutes in.
Yeah, and I want to see God of Man go towards the spot lane. They got all the way up to that inhibitor tower, and being able to have that teleport play in that area, if they get themselves that dragon, or even to get themselves that Rift Herald coming up, use God of Man as that pressure point for the continuing fights later on. Just say, hey, this Jarvan, he's slippery already, and he's going to be able to dive into your backline if you only send someone like Subney or even YOLOQ at him. But right now, not seeing that sort of swap that I honestly would have liked to.
We are going to be seeing, however, Rome finally coming out from God of Man. He's hovering around in this middle lane area, seeing if there's anything he wants to go for. Subney may be making his way down here as well. First dragon still up here. It's another first Ocean Drake of the game. God of Women getting over that wall. They're going to start this one up quickly, and this should be an easy one for them, though.
Yeah, they are on a ward, but no movements coming in from Walnut. They don't want to try to contest that. Probably smart. It's not worth it. Not for an Ocean. Oh man, that rocket.
They send the Jinx ult. Yeah, they send the Jinx ult there to contest it, but we'll get blocked out. Rift Herald is going to be going down though, so that's the trade that we often see here. Drake for Rift Herald. As
I kind of like that. Oh, God of Man.
Oh, in the middle lane, going in is God of Man. With the Cataclysm being put down here, but can't catch on to anything.
But getting 2 flashes, YoloQ and Punky, that's massive for these team fights that are about to come in. Use that Cataclysm, try to just get those, because now they're not going to be able to flash away from the Glacial Prison that's about to come up.
And Tower just lost his ult for a bit as well, but looks like they still want to go in for a fight here. Fastro taking up the reins here, but the Shockwave gonna come down after that tidal wave. CC for some massive damage. God of Woman with that killing spree. Subney now gonna get focused out. God of Woman continuing with the charge. Double kill for him. Now under the turret they want to go. Gonna get that bubble down, but Fume actually able to survive. Heal coming through to save him. 3 members down for Walnut.
Yeah, 3 members for none. They didn't lose a single person, and they have the pressure because biggest thing is that Rift Herald was on to Fastro. He went in with Subney, so they're not able to even use that to just try to negate this massive push. They're going to probably get the second tower as well because we're just seeing Fastro, YoloQ, and Punky come into the fray.
Yeah, it's definitely that inner turret going down, and Kamiak High School look to back away, and the tidal wave into the Orianna ult, the Shockwave, just absolutely a huge combo in itself. Doing so much damage, so much CC in there.
And it's one of those things, when you watch those sort of fights, you have to keep your eye on the ball, but it's kind of hard when there's so much going on. You have the tidal wave that was coming in, you had especially God of Women just in the backline disrupting everybody, making it so that they couldn't run away from the ball, allowing for such a key Shockwave just to keep Fastro from being able to snipe off someone like Jesus. But now Rift Herald being popped in that mid lane, just trying to see if they can get some sort of return, but I feel like that was just a little too over ambitious.
Yeah, Rift Herald going to be coming in. I don't think they can really push with this one, especially now with the AD carry nearby, so it's going to do some nice damage to the turret, but overall won't be able to get it. And they'll continue to sit in this gold deficit that's building in favor of Kamiak here.
Yeah, and I would have honestly liked to have seen the Rift Herald use maybe for the team, because you're down 4 to 1 turrets. You need something. You need to make it so that you're not quite as in the hole, because 5,000 gold at 18 minutes into the game is something that is a lot more insurmountable than it would be were this the 30-minute mark.
Kamiak High School backing away, but you just know that they have all the pressure going their way in this game so far. God of Man looks like he's on his way to the bottom half of the map. Looking to apply pressure there in top lane. The only other turret left alive on the side of Walnut High School, so Kamiak, they're going to look towards there to pressure and take it down, and they'll have the drive and split pushing in bottom lane.
Something that still surprises me every time I look at God of Man's build, he doesn't like to go Tiamat early. Most top laners, especially on the the Kleds, the Jarvans, or the Trundles, they always go for that. But not him. He doesn't really like that. Now we're seeing.
Oh, Faster's trying to come in, gonna get the kick down. The heroic entrance as well. Jesus, though, he's still alive in that back line. The Shockwave onto 2, dealing massive damage. God of Man now joining the fight. Cataclysm already put down onto YoloQ under this turret, and they're just gonna clean it up here. A double kill for God of Men and a 4 for none.
And the biggest thing was that Fastro had a great kick on Jesus, but his team wasn't able to capitalize on that.
No, not at all. His team did not go for that pick at all. Attention somewhere else here. Now 4 of them are dead, and they lost that turret in the top lane.
And with this, it's really looking like this game pocket. As long as they don't go for a big throw, they don't just make a Dignitas level Baron call, they should be able to win. But even with that, with the lead that they have right now, I would honestly imagine that the moment this Baron spawns, they could still go for it.
Yeah, 8,000 gold in the lead here. Just everything going their way, building up for them. And you can see it on the scoreboard. You can see it absolutely everywhere in this game. All this pressure is on the side of Kamiak High School. As you say, Baron just spawning now. Second Drake going to be spawning in a minute. And this ping's going down. They may be going for this Baron at 20 minutes, right when it spawns.
Yep, they see YoloQ bot lane. The moment you see the AD carry bot lane, you have this massive lead. I think this is actually a great call Sure, Fastro could try to steal it, but if he comes in, you use that ult, you use the Glacial Prison, you lock him down, make it so that he doesn't want to go in there, and if he does, he's just throwing his life away.
I threw out that Sonic Wave a little bit earlier though, so I don't think he can get in. He flashes in, trying to steal it for that last ditch effort, but instead somebody's gonna be the one stuck in the pit. Going down, Shockwave though, 2 kills out already, and the bubble lands. Flash over the wall by YoloQ, looking to get himself out of here, as well as Punky, but a massive Shockwave cleans up that back line, and now here's a push coming out from Kamiak.
Trying to smite fight that. Fastro,
oh, God of Woman with the flank. Where did he come from? Cataclysm traps in too. God of Men gets a kill. So does God of Woman. That's the ace.
And that is most likely the game. And I was just going to say, Fastro, he didn't make a bad call trying to smite fight that, but it was just a risky call. Going into something like the Sejuani, you have to go solo. You can't drag somebody into that one, because somebody's going to have no way back out. So when the moment Galio jumped in and Lee Sin jumped out, you knew that this game was going down because they lost their tank. He was stuck in a pit with no way for his team to help him out.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to get somebody in there so he could taunt them and possibly just able to get that sneak in, that smite, but didn't work out that way. Somebody a bit late, if anything, and ends up going down for it. So Kamiak High School take away that bear, and they take an ace, and they take a dragon as well. A win drake for them here as they back away with the 12,000 gold lead.
Yeah, they have a lot of gold in their pockets, especially God of Men, sitting on 2,200, can buy quite a number of items. And I think that once they go back, there's no way that Walnut can really stop them unless some coming out from Kamiak, where they've just built it up for these team fights, for these sieges. Sadly for Walnut, they had to win the early game, and with that not going their way, it just really started just unraveling in front of them.
So look at where Kamiak wants to go. They want to continue to pressure out this top lane after they took out that top lane out of turret. Now with Baron buff, they'll be pushing stronger with these Baron empowered minions as well. So we'll see how it goes. It's 22 minutes, and I mean, I think we know how it's going to go here. Kamiak High School just with such a massive lead. Not too much can go wrong here. It looks like they're going to be heading over to the quarterfinals with how things are going in game number 2, where they're leading 1-0 in the series. Inner turret just falls. Walnut's going to let it go.
Yeah, there is only one more way that Walnut can come on to Chet Jesus and on to God of Men before any sort of damage comes in.
But even really, still, look at 6 kills on God of Woman. He's going to be a big force to deal with as well. And we're seeing Faster on the side. He's trying to look for that pick off, but I think after last time where they almost took down Chet Jesus with it, I don't think they'll allow it to happen again, really.
No, Pastro wants to do something.
Oh no, especially not then. Shockwave dealing the damage here. Somebody getting caught up. Fantaro over the wall though, trying to do some damage on the burst. He gets over again, can't do it. Meanwhile, diving under this turret, Cataclysm coming in, and they're just cleaning house once again. Although this time Chet Jesus gonna get shut down by Subney. God of Man wants to get the revenge going in for himself. That's a double kill. Fantaro low, and he's finished off. That's the ace. This is gonna be the game.
To end, they gotta get rid of these towers, these pesky towers. But what a fight, what a game coming in from Kamiak, playing to the strengths of the team comp they've developed. And you got to look at this if you're any team that wants to face off against them and what you can do in the future.
Yep, lower seed strikes again. Kamiak High School just blazing their way through the bracket here. It's an exposed nexus, but this is going to have to be most definitely the game here as it's low. And this will be Kamiak High School get the 2-0 victory over Walnut to move on to the quarterfinals. Yes? Yes, there it is.
Yeah, they were just waiting for that last auto to come out of God Event in order to get that victory screen secured. And really, like I said, you have to look at this game, this whole series, and see how Kamiak likes to play. If you're going to be facing them in the semifinals, in any sort of bracket, what can you do in order to shut them down?
Yep, for sure. That was just such a well-played game coming in for them here, and you can definitely see the game plan forming in that last one. Because these were replays, the 2-0 victory coming in for Kamiak. We do know who they're playing against in the quarterfinals. It's going to be Montville Township, I want to say secondary school. Montville Township, who took down Clear Lake in a 2-0 victory. So we're going to see these two teams clash. Coming up soon, Montville Township, also one of the lowest seeded teams here, seeded 39, which means, I mean, both of these teams have been making their way through the bracket as underdogs, but we'll see how it ends up. I mean, this is all that we have for you guys today, though. This 2-0 victory for Kamiak High School, taking out Walnut High School. Any just thoughts on the series, Magical Voice?
A very clear team comp that Kamiak likes to play, and that wasn't respected by Walnut. You wanted to ban away the Kled. That's great. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the style they played. They like to play the siege style. If you're going to beat that, you have to beat them early, or you have to play this counter siege comp where you go for the fights, you go for these team fights, and you are the ones who are winning. The Sejuani probably would have been one of the great things to ban, or even the...
Well, those are our thoughts. Coming up in the next weekend will be the round of 8. We'll be keeping you updated on round of 16 replays throughout the week, just so you can see what teams we'll be seeing in the round of 8. You're watching, this was the High School Star League 2017 playoffs brought to you by Twitch. Thanks so much for joining me here, Magical Voice. That's all we're going to have for you guys, so see you next time.